This week on Berkshire News Now, we mingle with magical creatures at the 4th annual Faeire Festival. Then, we check out the launch of MCLA's Arts and Humanities initiative. Then, we grab our brushes at the Berkshire Food Project's Paint and Sip fundraiser. That's coming up next on Berkshire News Now. Welcome to the June 25th episode of Berkshire News Now. I'm Julia Teixeira. Mass MoCA Director Joseph Thompson has been charged with 1 count of motor vehicle homicide by negligent operation and 1 count of a marked lanes violation. Thompson was arraigned in court on June 19th for his role in an accident last year that took the life of 49-year-old Steve Fortier. Thompson is expected to enter a not guilty plea. Berkshire News Now reached out to Thompson's lawyers for comment, but they did not respond with an official statement on the matter. Thompson is due back in court on August 9th. Come enjoy a day of jazz music at the 6th Annual Jazz Music Festival on July 14th. From 12 p.m. to 6 p.m., bring the whole family to the Boscawen Lounge in Adams for free performances from many different jazz musicians. For more information on this event, you can call 413-743-1591. Speaking of festivals, the town of Adams recently celebrated the 4th annual Faeire Festival, and I had the chance to experience the special magic. The 4th annual Berkshire Mountain Faerie Festival took place in Adams, Mass. On June 15th. With fairies, unicorns, and other magical creatures, the all-day event featured food, music, and vendors for people to enjoy. And at Bowie Field, the weather was perfect as people from all over the Berkshires showed up and showed out for what is starting to become a yearly tradition for the town of Adams.
I think it sounded like a lot of fun. Like, my mom wanted to go, and I don't know, magical stuff's awesome.
I just wanted to show my creativity and just see all the creativity around us and also spend the day with my mom on her birthday.
I love fairies and magic.
It's fun, it's sunny, it's a great day, beautiful things. Things are being sold here that are beautiful, crafts, and fun people are here. And, it's just there's good food. It's just a nice day in the town.
My daughter invited me down. I've always wanted to go to one of these, and it's awesome.
Jim Delverteas Jr., who's the owner of Non-Artistic Pet Products, was one of the many vendors at the festival.
Today we're selling organic dog treats and everything handmade for pets. It's a big kid thing, and everybody's got their pets at home, so they never want to leave without bringing something home with their pets.
From the different varieties of food to the different costumes and other fun quests, festival attendees sound off on their favorite parts of the day.
Just seeing all of the costumes, all the little kids running around, it's great to see all the creativity around the Berkshires.
I like the food, the music, and I'm going to get my hand painted, which sounds really cool.
Smoky Divas Barbecue, the best. And seeing the costumes, it's delightful. It's really sweet to see everybody dressed up.
Watching all the kids, the wonderment in their eyes and all the cute costumes.
And for Berkshire News Now, I'm Julia Teixeira. For the incoming class of 2023, orientation is here. This time around, MCLA is offering both day sessions and overnight sessions to better accommodate families. There will be an overnight session on June 25th through the 26th, and day sessions on Saturday, July 13th and August 2nd. For more information on all things orientation, visit mcla.edu/student_life/orientation/index. Recently, the owner of TGL PhotoWorks, which is located on Holden Street, passed away, and his wife Dale is closing the business that they operated for 40 years. Dale is selling frames, framing material, cameras, lenses, lighting, and photo equipment. If you are interested in purchasing any of these items, you can email Dale at the link down below. And the city of North Adams doesn't need an ocean to have a beach. Join residents for the annual Eagle Street Beach Party on Saturday, July 13th from 3:30 to 6 p.m. as over 250,000 pounds of sand is spread all along Eagle Street. And in this week's edition of Weary Entertainment News, reporter Robert Weary is giving us the breakdown on all of the 4th of July plans that are happening in Berkshire County.
Thanks, Julia. Welcome to this week's edition of Weary Entertainment News. Summer is in full swing, so on this episode, I'll be discussing art and entertainment events going on in Berkshire County, as well as previewing where to see fireworks and parades for the 4th of July. Let's start by previewing the movies premiering this week at the Movieplex Theater in North Adams. One of the movies debuting this week is Annabelle Comes Home. This movie is the latest in the popular Conjuring Annabelle Cinematic Universe series. These movies deal with possession, possessed houses, dolls, and even humans. For Annabelle Comes Home, the filmmakers have been very tight-lipped on releasing plot details. However, it is sure to be scary and contain Easter eggs for fans of the movie series. This movie stars McKenna Grace, Patrick Wilson, and Vera Farmiga, and is directed by Gary Dalberman. Annabelle Comes Home opens Friday, June 24th. Exact movie times have not been released. Check the Movieplex website for future information. Tickets for all movies cost $8.50 for adults, and senior and children tickets cost $6. The exception is $5 Tuesdays. Annabelle Comes Home is rated R for horror, violence, and terror. Make sure to bring your ID, just in case Movieplex does ID checks. Also debuting this week is the comedic fantasy Yesterday. This tells the story of a musician who is struggling to make his name in the music industry. One day, a freak accident causes everyone, except our lead character, to forget that the influential band, the Beatles, ever existed. This gives him an excellent idea. Why not just claim the Beatles' music as his own? He becomes a sensation, but there are consequences. This movie stars Himesh Patel, Lily James, and Kate McKinnon, and is directed by Danny Boyle. Yesterday also opens on June 24th. Again, exact movie times have not been confirmed. Check the Movieplex website for all information. Yesterday is rated PG-13 for some suggestive content and language. Next, the Solid Sound Festival is returning to MassMocha. This festival, which takes place every other year, is one of MassMocha's biggest draws due to its headliner and creator, Wilco. Wilco uses this festival not just to demonstrate their own work, but to also feature their members' side projects. In addition, this year's Solid Sound Festival will feature some special guests. One of the major guests is Courtney Barnett, the Australian indie rock musician known for her witty lyrics and sometimes political themes. Besides music, concertgoers will get the opportunity to enjoy comedy, food, camping, guest speakers, nature activities, and more. The Solid Sound Festival runs from Friday, June 28th through Sunday, June 30th, rain or shine. The event takes place throughout MassMocha's facilities. Check the Solid Sound Festival's website for specific venue locations. The popularity of this event has caused a spike in ticket sales. In fact, there are no online tickets available, and most one-day passes are sold out. You still may be able to get tickets through MassMocha, but you must call them at 413-662-2111 for more information. Also occurring this week is the debut of Williamstown Theater's Festival's production of A Raisin in the Sun. This play deals with an African-American family's experiences in Chicago during the 1950s and how they must accept the changing times while maintaining their heritage. Williamstown Theater Festival's production coincides with the original production's 60th anniversary on its debut on Broadway. This version stars Francois Batiste, Esapata Murkison, Kyle Beltran, Mandy Madison, and Owen Tabaka, and is directed by Robert O'Hara. A Raisin in the Sun opens on Tuesday, June 25th, and runs until Saturday, July 13th. Tickets cost $75 for all performances, except for opening night, which costs $70. In addition, the July 2nd and 9th performances, both on Tuesday nights, offer an opportunity for audience members to speak with the cast and crew. Visit the Williamstown Theater Festival's website to buy tickets and find out more information about the show. The North Adams Steeplecats baseball season is in full swing. They currently have a record of 8 wins and 3 losses. Over the next 2 weeks, they will be playing 4 home games at Joe Wolf Field. They will be on Wednesday, June 26th versus the Sanford Mariners, Saturday, June 29th versus the Keene Swamp Bats. Tuesday, July 2nd versus the Valley Blue Sox. And Thursday, July 4th versus the Vermont Mountaineers. All games will be starting at 6:30. At the 4th of July game, North Adams will be having their annual fireworks display at the end of the game, weather permitting. Tickets cost $5 for adults. Over in Williamstown, their 4th of July celebrations will be more intimate. At 11 a.m., there will be a gathering on Spring Street for a classic holiday parade. Then, at 1:30, visit Williams College Sawyer Library to hear Williamstown Faeire Festival actors read the Declaration of Independence and the British reply. The library is across the street from Spring Street. Follow the walking path to Chapel Library, and Sawyer Library is attached. The evening will end with fireworks at the Taconic Golf Club, which is located off of Route 2 on Water Street. If you're interested in a bigger parade, why not go visit Berkshire County's largest parade in Pittsfield? This parade has something for everyone: floats, bands, marchers, and even the chance to see runners in the Independence Day 5K run. This is one of the best ways to find out what makes Berkshire County so special and also celebrate our country. Pittsfield's 4th of July parade begins approximately at 10 a.m. and should last until 12. If you're coming in anywhere from the northern Berkshire County area, make sure to get there early because traffic will be crazy. The parade begins at the intersection of South and East Housatonic Streets in Pittsfield and ends at Wacona Park. That evening in Pittsfield, you can enjoy fireworks at Wacona Park on Wacona Street after the Pittsfield Suns game. Activities and gates open at 5:30. Visit www.pittsfieldparade.com for maps and further directions to Pittsfield. There are many other arts and entertainment events happening around Berkshire County that I could not get to. If you would like any more information about events happening in the county, you can visit the website http://justtheberkshires.com for everything Berkshire County related. That ends this week's edition of Weary Entertainment News. I'll be back every week to discuss the many movies, plays, art exhibits, and more going on in North Adams and surrounding towns. Back over to you, Julia.
To mark the 60th anniversary of the Broadway opening of A Raisin in the Sun, the Williamstown Faeire Festival will include a special public conversation for the play during the 2019 season on July 10th at the Clark Auditorium. The title of the talk is Lorraine Hansberry, A Living Legacy / New Artists and New Visions. The talk will feature playwrights Talvin Wilkes and Tracy Scott Wilson. The talk starts at 10 a.m. and is free to the public. North Adams and Williamstown are teaming up. Through the Clean Energy Commission and the Department of Energy Resources, the two communities are teaming up to educate residents about solar energy incentives. Both North Adams and Williamstown have applied to participate in the Solar Mass Plus program, which encourages residents to invest in a small-scale solar energy development. The town of Cheshire has received a $10,000 AARP grant to support purchases and activities for senior citizens. The Board of Selectmen have been looking at different options for the grant that would include increasing mobility options, improving public spaces, and purchasing bikes and helmets. The Clark will be hosting daily gallery talks from July 1st through the 31st. Visitors will be able to take a guided walk through the different galleries with a member of the Clark's education team. One of the exhibits that visitors will be able to explore is Renoir, the Body, the Senses. For this gallery talk, visitors will have the chance to learn about Renoir's work. Most visitors will be served on a first-come, first-served basis. MCLA recently introduced to campus the Institute of Arts and Humanities initiative, and Team BNN was there to witness the launch.
On June 12th, as part of MCLA's Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Conference, the school celebrated the launch of its Arts and Humanities program, headed by Professor Lisa Donovan.
Today we launched the Institute for the Arts and Humanities at MCLA. It's funded by the Andrew W. Mellon Foundation. We have a $360,000 grant to increase diversity, equity, and inclusion at MCLA and the surrounding area. We wanted to engage the arts community, the arts, culture, and humanities community here in Berkshire County. We already had been doing a lot of work about thinking like a region, and we have launched, with support from Berkshire Taconic, iconic community foundation, the establishment of a Berkshire Cultural Assets Network. So that group was already thinking about this work. I had the opportunity to work with Multicultural Bridge and Gwendolyn Van Sant, and it seemed really clear that our next step would be to design something in partnership with Bridge.
Gwendolyn Van Zant, who hosted the panel session, talked about the importance of this initiative.
Today is really important. It really gives me hope when you can have this many people sitting and having authentic conversation about privilege and access, because if we don't have the conversation, we can't do any of the work.
Eleanor Velez, who was in attendance, shares about her experiences as a minority and why it's important to have more honest dialogue about diversity.
It's extremely important. Well, I'm a minority within the Hispanic population, and I think it's very important because sometimes we are also invisible in the discussion. You know, there's awarenesses of who gets to be a minority, who doesn't, and also there's different actors in this conversation, which is the people who are not minorities, right? So both of us have a role to play, and either we're team members and we understand where we're coming and how we can help each other, or we disengage and assume that this is not my business.
So the conversation today was an opportunity to say, where are we now in Berkshire County? What's working? What are the opportunities? What are the tensions and challenges? And I think that really came out in today's conversation.
And for Berkshire News Now, I'm Julia Texera.
And in North Adams City Council news, the fiscal budget for the 2020 year was delayed under the approval of Councilor Harpin. Harpin, who was the chair of the Finance Committee, has said that the reason for this recommendation came after the Finance Committee had received reports that they did not have time to review. These reports that Councilor Harpin wants to review include the administration's 5-year capital plan, expenditures for Hardeman and West Airport, the skating rink, profit and losses for Windsor Lake, and several tax incentive updates. Through the last several meetings, the Finance Committee has already made several recommendations, which include the city clerk receiving a $100 stipend for taking notes during council meetings and increasing the mayor's salary by $4,000. The council will be bringing up the budget during the June 25th meeting, as the submission deadline for the budget is June 30th. A communication that was submitted by the North Adams Traffic Commission about the removal of the crosswalk by Brickyard Court was addressed at the meeting. While the mayor recommended the removal of the crosswalk, saying it would help to enforce the alternate route that was suggested by the school commission, the council was split on the subject. Councilor LaForest argued that taking away the crosswalk would not do anything and that kids would still use these alternate routes despite it being deemed unsafe. Meanwhile, Councilor Moran argued that the crosswalk being there is a safety issue and that is the responsibility of the people to use the safer alternative route. No decision was made about the meeting about the crosswalk. However, a motion was ordered by Benjamin Lamb to discuss this again during the September 10th meeting in order to seek out more information from public safety. City Council meets every second and fourth Tuesday of the month at 7:30 p.m. With the Solid Sound Festival on the 4th of July coming up, here's your forecast for the next few days. In a statement from the Adams Police Department, members of the Berkshire County Special Response Team executed a search warrant at a home on Birch Street and found a loaded 9mm handgun, 278 bags of heroin, 60 grams of cocaine, and almost $6,000 in cash. 3 people were arrested during the siege, as police are saying that they had been distributing drugs in northern Berkshire County. The 3 names of the individuals have not been released to the public. They will be arraigned at the Northern Berkshire District Court on firearms and drug charges. From July 4th to October 6th, the Clark Art Institute in Williamstown will be presenting American visual artist Ida O'Keefe's artwork, Escaping Georgia's Shadows, as part of their 2019 summer exhibition. You can catch the art exhibit around 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Tuesdays through Sundays. In need of summer plans? Come to the kickoff of the North Adams Public Library Summer Reading on Monday, July 1st. From 6 p.m. to 7 p.m., come experience a fast-paced exploration of the heavens with Dinoman Space. Recently, the Berkshire Food Project hosted a paint and sip fundraiser, and I had the chance to witness every stroke of the brush.
Last week, the Berkshire Food Project hosted a sip and paint fundraiser, in which community members were treated to a relaxing evening filled with colors.
We're looking for new fundraising ideas, and we wanted to do something that was really accessible to the community, affordable, and something that people would think was like fun and different and a good thing to do on a Wednesday evening.
We do have several different things that are going on this year, and what we wanted to do is have an event that was fun, that would get people out, that would raise a little bit of money, but also just sort of get us all together. These are all people who care about food security. They're all people who support Berkshire Food Project, and we wanted to just have everybody out. That resulted in some money being raised.
From Progressive Palette, who was the painting instructor for the night, talks about how this event came together.
One of the board members of Berkshire Food Project reached out and asked Progressive Palette if we would do a painting fundraiser for the Berkshire Food Project, and we just had to do it. It's one of our favorite organizations, and there's no reason why we wouldn't want to do this.
Brianna Jones, who is on the board of directors for the Berkshire Food Project, talks about what's coming up next.
We were definitely thinking about it. We wanted to see how this one went. It's obviously a lot of planning and logistics. We have a donor recognition event that is coming up next month. And then every other year we do an event called the Empty Bowl. And so local potters make bowls and folks come in and buy bowls, and then local restaurants donate soup. So you go around, you try all these soups, buy these different restaurants, you come home with this bowl, and we talk about how not everyone's bowl is full, not everyone knows where their next meal is coming from. So that's every other year. So we're looking for more sort of fun fundraisers to splice in the off years.
And for Berkshire News Now, I'm Julia Teixeira.
The Mount Greylock School Committee will have 6 candidates to choose from to fill the vacant seat left by former committee member John Bergeron, who announced his resignation last month. The candidates include 3 lifelong Williamstown residents and 2 former school committee members in the district. Each of the candidates has children who are either currently attending or have attended Mount Greylock. In Clarksburg, the search will begin for a new town administrator. However, the select board is also looking into the option of turning the town administrator position into a part-time role and filling in the grant writer position to fulfill the other duties. This all comes after the resignation of former town administrator Carl McKinney, who resigned last month. Since McKinney's resignation, Chairman Robert Boucher has been stepping in and fulfilling the duties of town administrator on a part-time basis, which has led to the select board to propose a change. The playground at River Grove Park is a popular destination for children and their families, but it's missing just one thing to make the park complete: benches. To fix this, the Parks and Recreation Commission is working to install benches so that parents can watch their kids play at the Houghton Street Park. And for next week's show, BNN reporter Meg Craig will be providing all the details on the North Adams Farmers Market. And here's a little sneak peek.
You know, we've been doing this market, this is our 10th year at this market, and so it's really just great to see everybody again and have sort of form long-term relationships with people. That's the best part. There's tons of babies this year. It's cool to see families starting and growing, just have that relationship with people.
That's all for this week. Make sure to like our official Facebook page at facebook.com/Berkshire News Now for all things BNN. And you can watch all episodes through the Berkshire News Now YouTube page. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you every other week throughout the summer with the next episode airing on July 9th.